so many features for editing.
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't looked at any of that.
You haven't seen their commercial about the Google Pixel? You can just erase.
Delete photos?
No, you can like literally just edit your photo right there. Oh, this bush here, erase.
What? Photoshop.
Come on.
I'm filmer.
I don't consent to being put online.
You waived all human rights and ability to consent or deconsent. It's already recording. Welcome back to our Pressure Washing 101 series. I'm Elijah, and
I am the Terminator.
that's Seth. Today, we're going to be talking about what percentage of SH should we be using on different projects. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's start off with house washing. What percent do we use when we're washing a house?
It's roughly like 1.25 if you want to be specific. Roughly 1%. We downstream out of a 12.5% mix. It usually pulls like a 1 to 12-ish.
What pulls?
The downstream injector, which we covered in our video, link.
I don't know how to do links.
Scratch that. Not link.
Maybe there'll be a link.
We'll figure it out.
You can put a link in the description.
Link
That's
in the
easy.
description
Copy paste.
below.
Yeah, I
There
can
you go.
copy paste. Did that in college.
There we go. Yeah. Link in the description below on downstream injector. It usually pulls like a 1 to 10, 1 to 12-ish ratio. You do the math, it's about 1%.
The important thing is that you know what your downstream injector is pulling, because it's going to be different based on the size of machine you have. We've got 8-gallon minute machines, 4-gallon minute machines, 5-gallon minute machines are going to pull different. Typically, the lower you go in gallons a minute, you're going to actually pull a stronger mix. And I guess we should mention that we're always pulling straight 12.5%. Just clarifying that we pull straight 12.5%. So where our drop stick goes is in a tote or a bucket that has straight 12.5%. If you use SH from a store that's in a gallon and it says 10% sodium hypochlorite on it, you need to do the math then there, because you're not pulling the same ratio that we are. Okay? So house washes, I think we've had it before though, where we've probably only been pulling like and applying 0.75% because our injector was kind of acting all wonky. Still did the trick.
Took longer, but
it did.
Yeah, you know.
Summertime also, so heat will affect how long and how hot of a mix you should use. In the summer, you can get by with not using as hot or spicy, as I like to say, lava of a mix. As it gets colder out, it tends to take a little bit longer and a little bit stronger of a mix. But anywhere from 0.75 up to 1.25 is a good range for just your standard house wash when you're dealing with vinyl siding or painted wood to get organics off of there. Okay, how about house wash if we're doing a limestone project?
Typically, we'll cover most of the house with 3 to 4%, depending how bad it is, and then any really dark spots that are struggling, we'll up it to 5 to 6, and then if it's still struggling, just keep going up from there until it kills it off. So.
Be careful anytime you get above the standard 1.25 to 1.5%, because you're going to start potentially damaging plants at that point. The other thing that I always forget whenever we do a limestone project or a stone or brick project is we'll apply it, you gotta let it dwell. Because we'll apply it, and I'm used to vinyl where you see it pretty much disappear immediately. Stone, it takes a little bit. You'll see it go from like black to more of a brownish and then like a lighter brown, and that way you know it's working. But I promise you, if you're applying a true 3 to 4%, you're going to be able to get 90% of it off from that. You just got to let it dwell a little bit, and then
how long of a dwell should you be doing usually?
Well, I mean, depends, but I would say 15 minutes, even 20 minutes. I do.
Again, depending on.
I do like to keep it wet, yeah, just because it's keeping the SH active on the.
Make sure you put surfactant in it. That way, it actually stays on the stone and doesn't just run down.
Yeah, that helps.
Because if you just throw 4% up there with no surfactant, it's just going to run down, and then it's not going to.
What percentage of surfactant are you using?
Who said that? Who just said
Yeah.
that? Did you hear that?
Whoa! There's a ghost in here who's refusing to be in the video. Wow.
Brodie's also in the shop.
It's the
He's
pressure
just
washer.
hanging out behind the camera.
Talking to
What'd you say?
What percentage of surfactant?
We go half an ounce.
per gallon of SH.
Yeah. That's for our downstream though. So
Yes.
if we're just doing 12 volt,
You kind of just play it by feel. I feel like we have to show them on the check valve blend manifold.
Yeah.
What we do.
yeah, basically we just crack the section of our blend manifold that's for the surfactant.
Once you can see some surfactant coming out of the gun,
That's plenty.
yeah.
You don't want
It shouldn't be like straight pink or whatever color you have coming out. It
Yeah.
should be like kind of mixed.
And you don't want to overdo it because then
So-
you're just rinsing forever and you've got like suds everywhere.
Yeah.
People are like, what's going on? Because it looks like you're having a bubble bath party. Okay, so that covers limestone, brick, basically same thing.
Flat work.
Awnings.
Awnings, ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, so awnings.
I hate awnings.
Awnings, I go
12%.
yeah, I mean you can go straight there if you really want. Sticks is where we start. Always do a test spot. Most of the awnings are going to be outdoor fabric, so they're not going to be affected by the SH, but for sure do a test spot.
With a pump sprayer too.
Yeah,
Most of the time.
Yeah, awnings aren't real big, so I prefer. I think the guys prefer to use a pump sprayer. Watch out where the
Like
wind
bristle
is.
brush.
And you got a
do-
brush too.
Yes.
Usually. Yeah.
Usually
awnings have a lot of like really thick growth on there where you gotta brush.
yeah,
and
people
brush
don't
and
really ever think of cleaning awnings until they're
They
just
don't.
nasty, really bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that seems like the lichen or whatever it's called really digs into the cloth material and holds on. So a little bit of agitation from a brush will help there.
And don't use high pressure on awnings either because
You
you
don't do
might
that.
puncture a hole.
Yeah,
Don't wanna do
especially if they've let them go for a long time, they're probably kind of brittle. So yes, low pressure soap application, brush, and then just a good rinse with low pressure does the trick. Flat work, so killing organics. I like the idea of pre-treating and post-treating. Post-treating if you need it. But I know there's like a huge debate online about, oh, you're just wasting chems if you pre-treat, and also people say that about post-treating. I think it goes way quicker if you pre-treat.
Yeah,
let it
pre-treating
sit for a
is-
while, and then you can just fly through surface
Yeah.
cleaning it. And typically, if you do a good job of pre-treating with a hot enough mix, you don't need to post-treat.
Yeah.
We don't really have a problem with lines.
Yeah, I haven't. I can't say I've
Yeah.
been post-treated ever.
So 3% I would say is the minimum. Depending on how much landscaping and grass and stuff you have around, I would go 5-6%. Let it sit on there, and then you can just fly through the surface cleaner. It goes way quicker.
Yeah, and that way you make sure everything's killed off in your first pass instead of, oh, I did 3% and then there's still
Gotta
some
come
clinging
back.
on, gotta do it again, let it dwell.
Takes
and then
longer. Yeah, if you
surface
look at
clean it again.
the debate of, well, you're using more chemical SH, you're maybe using another gallon or so,
Yeah.
which you're talking like $4 maybe, versus if you have to go back over it again, time.
Yeah,
It's
an
way
extra
cheaper.
half hour.
Way cheaper to just use a little higher mix. Okay, I think.
Composite.
Oh, yeah.
Composite decking.
This is also a hot topic.
Yeah, we haven't really explained what we do on composite, I don't think. We don't use our 3-step process on composite. We usually just
Yeah, we don't.
do SH and then medium pressure.
Cleans it up nice.
And depending on how much growth there is, we go up to 3 to 4 if it's really bad, but usually downstream most of the time will get the majority of it. It's not too bad, if not 2%.
There's different types of composite too.
Yeah.
Like they have the composite that's basically vinyl, the same material as vinyl siding. That it's like that plastic material. That you can just downstream and clean up. Fine.
I know there's some that's
Exception
like true
of
composite.
vinyl furniture.
Yeah, vinyl
That's
furniture, or I guess it's probably not vinyl. It's like some type of plastic lawn furniture. But yeah, you can throw some heat on that. It cleans up nice. Customers love it when you do that. But yeah, I would 6% it. Just make sure you keep everything.
Propane tanks.
Yeah, propane tanks are good.
6%.
These are all ideas that you can clean either upsell form, or we like to just kind of, if it's not going to add too much time, just do a quick cleaning for the customer. Seems like they really appreciate it. Plus, they have good before and after pictures typically with those things because they never get cleaned. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know anything else that we stucco. Yeah, true. Stucco or drive it.
2 to 3.
2 to 3 will usually do it. Again, probably a little bit longer dwell time. Always start on the lower end of your percent SH and then work up from there. The other thing I notice online is you'll have people talking about, well, I use a 50-50 mix, I use a 1% mix, I get 10 to 1. So they're all talking about the same thing, which is kind of hard to understand when you're just starting out. Typically, if someone is talking about a percentage, so if they're talking like 1% up to 6%, they're talking about the amount that is coming out of your gun that's being applied to whatever surface you're cleaning. If they're saying I am using a 50-50 mix, typically that's going to be a pump sprayer that they have put half filled with bleach, half with water, so 50-50, and then they're applying that, which again depends on the percentage of bleach that you're putting in. So if you've got 12.5% that you put in, you cut it halfway with water, you're using 6.25%. If you got 10 that you put in, cut it half with water, you're applying a 5% mix there. Yeah, like we mentioned for downstreaming, we always just straight 12% in our bucket, our tote, and then that is cut with water as our machines pull in water from our tank, and that gives you the ratio of either somewhere between 10 to 20 to 1, and it's up to you to know what that is from your own downstream injector. So, hopefully that answered some of your questions on it and didn't just confuse you more. If you do have more questions on it, feel free to drop a comment below and we'll get them answered for you. Also, like and subscribe if it was helpful. We're trying to grow the channel. I know our goal is 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which Seth doesn't believe me that we can do it. So let's all prove Seth wrong. And God. Don't ever have Brodie out to do training for you, please. We'll catch you later on the next one. See ya.